Hello and welcome to the first of 4 of the tutorials on how to use a WordPress website. First thing we want to do is go to your website address, and after the end of the address you want to type in the words WP, that's for WordPress, /admin, ADMIN, and hit return, and that will take you to your login page. So then you would type in your username and your password. And if you want it to always remember you, you just hit the Remember Me button and say log in. And then the first place it takes you to is a dashboard, and this is some place where you can find some basic information about your website, how many posts and pages you have, and how many comments you have had and what the recent comments are. But the thing that is very important about the dashboard is really just this left navigation menu over here. And this is where you'll find the links to all the editing you need to do on your website. First thing we want to talk about is how to edit a page and the difference between a page and a post. For the purposes of your website, we are really looking at posts as articles. They are it would be an article that you're adding to your website about a certain area, and then they will show up on the side navigation on your home page. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But then all of your main pages are really just pages. So we can go here to all pages and take a look at those. So here from this list you can see are all of the pages that are on your website currently. If we want to add a new page, it's very simple. You just hit the Add New button. Or if you want to edit a page that is here already, you could just hover over it and you can hit the Edit button. So let's look at editing the art therapy page here. So here's a page with an edit box. We can make this edit box a little bit bigger if we would like. And then we can just edit the text here just like you would pretty much any Word document. You have a few shortcuts up here that help you to make things bold or italics. If you want to add a link to your text, let's say we wanted to add a link right here, you would highlight the word that you want to turn into a link. Let's say we want that one, and then you go up here to the link. It looks kind of like a little chain. So we click on that, and then you could either type in the full address, URL address, and give it a title, or you can just look at what pages you have on your site, and you can click on those, and then it would turn that into a link. You can hide this little section here by clicking this little piece. It's called the kitchen sink. So now I have less options, and now I have more options. This pull-down menu here for formatting, let's say we had this word highlighted. If I wanted to change it, it is by default paragraph format. But if I wanted to make it a heading, I could select heading, and so now it is a larger font. One thing you should know is that we have changed all of your headings to be in a calligraphy font. So if here you look at it, it just looks like it's bold. But if we update this page, always, every time we make a change in WordPress, we always want to hit this update button over here. And now if we go and we view the page, if we scroll down here to look for that, notice how self-expression is now in a cursive font. We have changed it so that anything that you assign as the style, the format of heading, will be in a cursive font. So let's say we decide we don't like that. So we want to go back up here to Edit Page. And we're going to scroll down and find that word. We're going to highlight it again. And here, this pull down where it says Heading 1, we're going to change that back to Paragraph. And now we're going to say Update. And now we can view the page. Now if we go down here and look, it is back to normal. So now let's go back and look at the difference between a page and a post. So that was a page. Notice how there's a few different things on the page where you can add, change it to be a different template. The template we're using for your whole website is called Sidebar Template. That allows for, here I'll show you, it allows for this information to be displayed on the side of the web page. All of these things over here, that's called the sidebar. And if we don't want those to appear, all we have to do is change this page to be a different template. It could be, for example, the showcase or the default template. So if I do that and I hit update, and now if I go back up here and view the page, see how now none of the sidebar information is there. So there might be pages where you don't want that information to show up, and then all you have to do to change that is change what template you are using. I'm going to go back to sidebar just in case that's how we want to keep it. So now let's go over here and look at the posts. Let's look at all the posts. Right now I only have a couple of articles. If I wanted to edit one of these articles, it is pretty much the same format that you were just looking at it in the page. You can just edit the type right here and hit update. Let's say I wanted to add a new article, and let's give it a title. And I'm a terrible typer in case you haven't noticed. And here is some more information. And let's say we want to, very important, we wanted to tell it what category we want this to be in. Right now we only have one category called articles, but eventually you might add, articles about music therapy or articles about soft skills training, in which case then you can select what category those should go in. Right now let's just call this an article and say publish. And now if we go up here and visit your site, I just opened it in a new tab, you can see over here on the side menu that here is that new article. It just automatically shows up in this list. So now if we click on it, here is this very, very short article. So it's a really easy way to add information to your website and have it show up right here. That whatever is the newest post will always show up first on this list of articles over here. But let's go back here to check out the categories. So let's say I wanted to make a new category. Right now the only one we have is articles, but let's say we wanted to have one that's biofeedback articles. Let's just call it biofeedback. And all we have to do is say add new category, and there it is. So now if I wanted to come in here and let's edit this particular article. Now notice over here under categories I have articles and I have biofeedback. I could just have it show up in biofeedback. If I hit update. So now it will show up in both categories if we wanted to assign different categories to show up in this articles section. And I think that is all you need to know on how to edit a post and a page. Let's do one last thing. Let's go back to editing this post. And we don't really need this one because it's kind of a temporary one. We can go here to all posts, and there's a trash button right here. So we're just going to delete that one because it wasn't really very important. And that's all you need to know. Next next video will be about how to add images. Thank you.